I don't know. I always tell people I have no control if you run faster, jump higher, have less pain, have more mobility. We just bring organization to the system, and we just challenge it with whatever you're doing in real life. I want to make sure your nervous system can handle what you have to do, and we do that. And usually the downstream stuff is pretty amazing.
Well, there's like a root cause of everything, right?
That's it. I think I'm always remiss to say, oh yeah, we got the root cause, but I feel like we're closer to the root than most anything I've seen so far.
Well, what I saw you doing with the feet. And you were like, you know, putting a person's feet in and internal, external.
Oh yeah, I love just checking that as a baseline.
And I was like, well, this is the side that my hip has a lot less internal rotation.
Okay.
Neither hip is perfect, but on this side I have a little bit less.
Interesting.
And then, so there was probably some sort of compensation that happened when I was running on one particular day.
That's what kind of brought on from sprinting.
Yeah, I was sprinting on one particular day, and you know, a couple people I went to that are, you know, highly regarded in this field. They're like, you know, sometimes a new surface will bring it about, sometimes a new activity, and sometimes new shoes. And I go, oh, I had all three. Yeah, I was actually just like, playing around with some different shoes. And what was going to get me, and what I was already warned about, and which I was trying to prevent, but any volume for me with sprinting is pretty new. So I have no...
Yeah, building up from nothing, essentially.
Building up from nothing, yeah. So like, you know, if I go do a couple 200 or a couple 400s, that's a couple 200s, a couple 400s that I haven't really been doing before.
Right.
So I was doing like 400s. They were all within like a reasonable time. And I did them like week after week, and it was just this 1 week I was running around the turn. Which again, another thing I'm not used to. You know, I was just running straight for a while. Doing longer distance stuff, and so the intensity, the duration, the actual movement. I just felt a little something in my foot. It wasn't like, boom, it wasn't anything crazy like that. It was like the next couple days and weeks, it's like, there's something going on with my heel. And I worked on it, a tennis ball, the cross ball. All that stuff seemed to help a little bit, seemed to kind of dull down a little bit. As soon as I ramped the intensity back up, it kicked up again. And then I did a few workouts after that, and I was like, I need to get off my foot completely. And then it got to the point where even if I worked out pretty hard, I would go to get up and there would be tons and tons of pain there.
Even from like lunging and squatting and things like that, or
not so much with like the activity of working out, but it was usually the aftermath. And just sitting down. So it kind of sounded like a plantar fasciitis story, because when you hear that from people, they're usually like, well, if I sit for half an hour and I go to get up, then
those first few steps are rough.
And sometimes in the morning and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of where it's been. It progressively over time, it did get like a little bit worse, and then I just pulled back even further. Like, okay, no more sled. You know, be careful with the way that you lift and stuff. And then it started to get better, and now it is feeling a lot better, but it's still not there. Like if I push on the heel, there's still, especially
like manually with your own thumb, kind of digging in there, that sort of thing.
Yeah, or especially with something really small. Like a golf ball will get in there and just send a crazy amount of pain in there. Whereas I could step on a softball and not notice much. So it's just like really tiny. It's like the size of my thumb.
Small surface area, all that pressure.
Small surface area, and to me it feels like it's the bottom of my Achilles tendon, but that's just
so right underneath the heel, kind of how that Achilles wraps around that whole calcaneus.
Yeah. Just kick the shoes off and stuff.
Yeah, might as well. The big thing I tell everybody I work with is when I'm working with you, I need you to be a wussy. You do whatever you want in your real world, but the hour or 2 hours I spend with somebody, like I'd rather the person over-report things, even if it's like a 1 out of 10 pain. Yeah, like go ahead, show me it. Right, where is it on there?
I'll just take both off. So let's see. It's kind of like right.
Right underneath that sucker.
Right through here, and as I'm pushing on it now, it actually doesn't really. There's hardly any pain. Like the pain's like a 2, out of 10. But if I take my foot and just move it around a little bit, it hurts worse.
Interesting.
And so there's some sort of, and someone's like, well, don't move your foot that way. And I'm like, well, my foot does need to move that way sometimes when I'm doing certain things, right?
Absolutely.
So, if I start to dig in there more, it hurts a little more. But there's nothing back here that I've noticed.
Just underneath that heel is that Achilles wraps around.
I get a lot of work done. Like I get you can see all like suction cup things all over me. And the guys work through my calves and my shins. Seems to get some relief if I work on the shin. A little bit of relief from the calf. Hamstring, I seem to get almost even more relief.
When they do like cupping on it?
Yeah, and when they just like dig in through the hamstring, because I think there's some...
Sure. It's all connected,
It's
obviously.
all connected, right?
Yep.
And then myself, just doing direct work on there does seem to help.
Okay.
Which at first, they kind of told me not to mess with it, but I was like...
Yeah, but it's months of not messing with it wasn't helping, right?
Exactly.
So like you tried that. So what are you holding off on right now? No sprinting right now, I would assume?
No sprinting, yeah.
But in the weight room, you're doing everything in the gym?
Weight room, I do pretty much everything. I do need to be a little cautious sometimes with, I've been doing a lot of sandbag stuff.
Okay.
And the sandbag stuff is a little bit like a jerk. Like
Yeah,
a
you
clean
get the,
jerk.
that ballistic
you have to
thing.
like, jump.
Use some power with it,
and to get underneath it sometimes.
Yeah. It's like if you're picking up a bag on the ground, kind of like a deep squat kind of deal. Yeah, okay.
And yeah, all that is fine, but then when I have to kind of jerk the weight,
okay,
I might feel it like the next day or something like that.
And how about the sled? Can you push or pull
the sled
it?
and all this stuff, it kind of feels therapeutic.
Okay, good.
But I do feel it.
Okay. Do you have a sled set up in here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We might get to it later.
I'll just show you real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the tank and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
The torque tank.
Yeah, amazing.
So just pushing on that, getting in those positions actually feels good.
Good, cool. You do better probably pulling than pushing initially.
Right.
Lifting that heel off, yeah.
Yeah, going backwards is no problem at all.
Okay. Like I was telling Ryan, I think when you went to the car, we're not going to attack the foot per se. We're going to just attack the nervous system and just bring organization. And at first we'll start with some general triggers and just kind of build up some resilience, and then we'll start customize it more and more and more towards your foot. Cool. So my thought was, so that we have some longer form content here, maybe we'll just do a quick little baseline, just do a couple like strength tests, just more like pass-fail type stuff, or even 1 to 10 ratings, like some torso rotation, psoas test, glute test, just to establish a baseline, and then kind of show you some other outside, different than square one, some neurological, I call them kind of tricks, because lots of things we can do to the brain, but the question is, how long does it last? That's the big
Are you just bypassing it for an hour?
Exactly. And then
Which might be good for the hour.
Yeah, right. If it lets you do that training session, there's a time and place for it for sure. But I look at that more, when you approach or when you're attacking symptoms, symptom and source are very rarely the same thing. So that's my hope for you is like, I hope just lots of compensation. Everything you said sounds like all my clients, like they give us the whole history and it all makes sense. So hopefully it continues to make sense as I work on you. Tell me about any head trauma history, like any concussions.
I am sure I've probably had like 1 or 2 at least. Okay. I played football and did professional wrestling for a while. Right. I did get knocked out pretty bad one time on the set of a commercial where I was put through a table in a wrestling commercial. We should see if we can find the clip of that. It's actually really funny. But it was for WWE. And I don't know how familiar you are with wrestling. When I
was probably just hair older than you, but I was big into wrestling as a kid.
So Kane.
Yeah.
So the idea of this pay-per-view that they had, this commercial, Kane was up at bat.
Okay.
And then all the other wrestlers were like in the field and stuff, and Kane basically hit like an in-the-park home run. So all hell was breaking loose as he's like running the bases. I'm on second base, and I think it was Jeff Hardy, one of the Hardy Boys. Yeah. Jumped off this ladder. There's a ladder on second base because it's wrestling.
Right.
And he does a leg drop to me and puts me through the middle of the table.
Oh my gosh.
And my head lands. You know how hard a baseball infield is.
Yeah.
It couldn't be. It's harder than
dropping
concrete.
down from like 2 feet up and smacking your head.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, I only want to do one take. So he's like, so I'm on the table and he's like, scoot down, scoot down, scoot down. So I scoot down to where my head is here. I'm not even really thinking, but now my head's going to be driven right into the ground, So
yeah, one take and that was it, huh?
Yeah, I got knocked out and like they're trying to help me up. I'm like, oh no, I'm good, but I was fucked up.
Yeah.
So I probably got a concussion from that.
Yeah. So, and the reason I ask is it doesn't make me fearful to work with somebody.
Yeah.
But like I always say, we're almost like kind of recalibrating your internal GPS, like how orienting yourself in space. And those have had 1, 2 head traumas, so car accidents, football, wrestling, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes during these sessions, I might have you get up and be like, whoa, it felt like I moved the earth. Like, okay, the earth, we didn't move. We changed your perception. So I'm just kind of warning you. Nobody's vomited. Nobody's passed out or anything like that. But I'm just warning you that if you get a little dizzy, you kind of have a history that might say, you might get a little dizzy with some of this stuff.
Gotcha.
All right. So then let's get you laying on your back, Mark. We'll have your feet hanging just off the edge here. Okay. So again, I'm just going to establish a real quick baseline. And like you said, we're going to just check this internal rotation deal. So I'm going to kind of pull on your heel and turn in. Yeah, so you're right. So that left leg is much more restricted compared to the right. And as I do that,
there's much more tension there, huh?
Yeah, and so I'm trying to avoid doing plantar flexion. Because I do that, I can show that it's like symmetry, that there's symmetrical movement. But if I kind of pull on the heel, turn in, that left side just doesn't turn in quite so well.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't do with that is like, oh, that means X, Y, and Z. Like our industry is filled with people like, oh, this is what that means. Like, really? Like this is kind of more complicated than one piece of the puzzle. Right. So I'm always withholding judgment. Just like, just establish that baseline. Okay. You warmed up. If I do some like neuro or
we can do whatever you like. Yeah.
I was going to check like some psoas on here. So I'm going to externally rotate. Okay. So the test here is you're going to keep the knee straight. I'm going to stabilize you here. I'm going to try to push down that way.
Gotcha.
So what I'll do is, and I'll give you a couple cracks at it. Okay. So I'll do like a force production test. So I start off kind of light, and I'm going to keep ramping and see if I can beat you, and then I will give it a subjective score. Okay. I had a handheld dynamometer, and I left it back at the place. Like, gosh darn it. You want to be the first guy who's going to use it with it. So I want you to turn it out, and then go ahead and stop me here. So I'm going to go like this. Right. That's what's crazy. See these big, strong dudes, and there's certain positions
that feels really difficult.
Yeah, and I'm choosing ones that everybody fails too. So I tell you, you're in really good company. So this isn't like an embarrassing thing. Right. So I'm not going after the stuff that everybody passes. So I want to do the same test here, and I want you to stop me here. Yep. So if I go here, I mean, on a scale 1 to 10, I'm giving both those probably like a 2 out of 10. Like there's not a whole lot of strength there, and you're trying, right? Just I figured. Let's flip you over on your belly. Let's do a quick glute max test. Yeah, now I'm kicking myself for not bringing that dynamometer. We're going to see a nice change, hopefully. So on this hammy test, or this glute test, I'll have you bend your knee.
All right.
I'm just going to lift your knee as high as you can.
Okay.
Yep, and just no problem, no pain, no cramping or anything?
No.
So you're going to hold it there. I'm going to just try to push you out of that spot if I can. I mean, definitely better than the psoas. I'm going to give it another shot just so I can give you a somewhat accurate subjective assessment of this. I mean, it's definitely better than a 2 or 3. I'd probably call it like a 6.
Okay.
How out of 10, and then we'll go with the right leg.
Yeah, psoas, I felt like I couldn't
there was not much there.
Couldn't do anything.
Yep, and that's common. How about this right knee nice and high in the air? Yep. No pain, no cramping.
Nope.
Stabilize you here and stop me on this one. I mean, those glutes are definitely doing better.
Right.
At the end, I'm probably going to be able to jump up and down with my full body. Right. But I would call those like 6s or 7s on both sides. Okay. And we'll flip you back over. And we'll call psoas a 2. We'll get one more test strength-wise. Let's have you stand up, Mark. And I want to just do a standing torso rotation test. So arms are relatively straight. You can have soft bend at the elbow if you want. And just big turn right or left as far as you want. Yep, as far as you can. Same deal. I'm just trying to bump you out of that one. So come on this way. Elbows stays as straight as you can here. And then stop me as I go to twist you out of this one. Okay, I'll give you another shot at it.
Okay.
Somewhere between the glutes and the psoas, I'd say. So I'd probably call that 4, 5, something like that. How about to the left? Yep, a little more restricted on this side. And stop me here. Do it again.
Yeah, that's I kind of feel the hip on that.
Okay, a little pain on that one, a little discomfort?
Not really, a little discomfort, yeah.
Okay, like almost like spasming, kind of grabbing?
Yeah, just not strong.
Okay, and I think you're a little sturdier on this side. You also, like I said, don't go quite as far. Like I'd probably call that like north of 6, maybe 7, similar to glutes. All right, man, let's get you laying on your back. I'm gonna check one more range of motion, just check internal shoulder rotation. And again, there's nothing super specific about any of these, just establishing a baseline.
This shoulder's a little bit worse.
Yeah, I can see. That's not. I didn't see this one yet, but I'm hoping that's the bad side.
Well, this side, it just tends to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, so this isn't like, most people get, roughly around 90 as an average. So just a hair shy 90 there, so not too bad. Definitely some restriction here. Any discomfort on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that hurts too. Scale 1 to 10, what's that one?
Like a 2 or 3.
2 or 3, okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's start with, again, it's not a square one thing. I'm just gonna have you do some nasal breathing. Okay. Just do like a diaphragmatic breath, so just like fill your belly with air. Give me like 3 or 4 of those, so just a big, and then we'll check some of these things. Let's get one more and we'll reassess. All right, so I'm just gonna recheck psoas tests. And again, I think we were calling these 2s or 3s. Go ahead and try to stop me on this one. I go here. Definitely a little sturdier. Not great, but I'd call that a 4 or 5. How about on this side here? Not a big change at all on that side. Let me just check your range here. There's actually a big change in the internal rotation here, yeah? How about?
I can feel that,
Yeah, right? I flip it over on your belly.
Feel a little less restrictive.
Yeah. It's cool too, is like the nasal breath, it's amazing. And it's a good advice that a lot of people are using, athletes are using. I think it's great.
Face down?
Yeah, we'll go face down and check those glutes. But I'm gonna show you something then. So I want you to bend this knee and lift that knee up again. And then stop me here if you can. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go even harder, ready? So now we go. Like I'm putting my body weight at it and letting go, right? I'm, you're thicker than I am, but I'm like 210 pounds, so it's not like I'm putting a little bit of force here. We go knee high, and then stop me on this one. Good, I'm gonna do one more again. I'm gonna have you do like most of my body weight here. So I go here, I'm on my tippy toes bouncing on him, and he's able to stabilize that really nice.
Yeah, feels good.
Have you standing up. I was gonna check that torso rotation strength test. So it's really cool when we play with the brain, like you can change outcomes super fast. Have you turn right. Yep, elbow straightish, and then stop me on this guy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go crazy here on this one. Like I'm definitely going harder there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that 8, maybe 9. Like I'm using my body weight here against him this time. Yeah, really good. So now, all we just did is this nasal breath, just to show we can kind of shift the brain from like a sympathetic state or a fight or flight state into a parasympathetic
Calm
state.
it down.
Yeah, exactly. Just do some nasal breathing. Yep. So, but my question is to all these different neurological tricks is how long does it last?
Right.
So now we're gonna just challenge you by just do like 2 or 3 body weight squats for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple squats. Yep. Nice. And let's retest here since you're standing up. So we'll go hands together and turn right. So yep, all we got here on this one. And we lose the strength already just by doing a couple squats. So the lesson isn't that squats are bad, it's just that squats are a little more complicated than we think.
Right.
So it's not that it's horrible, but I kind of back to where we started. Let's go belly, and we'll check glute strength. And go knee bend, and then have you lift the knee up. And then I want you to stop me here if you can. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'll give you a little more stability here too. But it's kind of back to where we started. Like not horrible, but a 6. It's definitely not my full body weight anymore. All right, we'll go knee up, and then we'll go here. Yeah, so we kind of lost it. Flipping over, and so I think the right psoas was better after the nasal breathing. So I'll check the right psoas too. And then a big turn right here. Right. So my point isn't to waste your time. It's just to show, yeah, there's lots of cool little tricks we can use. Right. But like you have to okay, well, hold on, everybody. I got to breathe through my nose 4 times before I do my next repetition. Like it's not super. Right. I don't know. I don't see why people get that excited about stuff that's that fleeting. All right. So square one. I've probably answered that question 2,000 times. It's never been identical. So I've been like 18 years trying to come up with my elevator pitch, which I don't have. So I'm always open about that. But as quickly as I could, or as concisely as I could say it, I would say that square one is a problem-solving framework that movement professionals can use to find the source of sensory incoherence, which is the primary driver of compensation. So we're not fixing symptoms. We're not a replacement for exercise or other forms of therapy. We have a framework that you can run all your exercises through, all your other forms of therapy, and just to make sure the brain is more optimal as it relates to our most basic foundational patterns. So we believe if we clean up those foundational patterns, it's gonna have a real positive effect downstream to all of our learned athletic skilled patterns. The other part, we'll talk about how.
I was gonna say, do you think like Russians and stuff like that? You think they knew some of these things because, maybe not exactly what you do, but you know what I mean?
They got some tricks,
the
dude.
Russians are always pulling on their lifters' ears.
Well, I got some ear stuff too. There's auricular therapy. I know Poliquin got into it. So, and as we go through today.
Poliquin, he took a pen cap and jammed it in the
all kinds of stuff.
nail on my finger, and then my shoulders were way more flexible for a squat.
So I think I learned muscle testing through this other system that was an offshoot of kinesiology, and I always say applied kinesiology. It doesn't sound like racist, but it's basically Chinese medicine for round eyes. It's like so this guy, so he brought it from China. Right. So there's all these little offshoot stuff. So a lot of what I'm doing is not kinesiology, but for sure the muscle testing piece is part of kinesiology. And this circuit locate that I use, those are my 2 direct borrows from kinesiology. everything else that I'm running on you is through my own independent research and treating every single one of my clients like lab rats. Because what happened is once I knew I had something really cool back in 2008, I literally put every book down. I stopped watching other people's videos, stopped reading books because I was getting dumber by listening to the top guys in the industry.
Kind of writing your own book.
Totally. I'm just letting the clients' bodies tell me what's up, and my athletes' bodies, like, let their nervous system tell the story.
What have you seen this work the best on? Because I'm sure there's some cases where maybe you mentioned there's a few things that it might not always work for every individual.
Right.
But what is it like the best for, you think?
As general as possible, I would say chronic pain, right? Because a lot of times you get your hands on somebody, like the injury, like you. I don't want to. I'm trying not to get your hopes up too much. I'll be really pissed if I don't help you, right? I will be. But it's like once we get past that normal healing cycle, like your muscle repairs itself, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. Bones repair in 6 weeks.
Yeah, so you don't have any control of that necessarily.
Right. But if I see a person's had pain for like 3 years, like, that tissue healed, dude. This is clearly not a hardware issue. It's a software piece. It has to be. So it's awesome with chronic pain. I would guess cool. I would define chronic as 6 weeks, 8 weeks of pain.
How many people have chronic? I mean,
yeah, like everybody.
Well, I remember have issues.
Right. I remember like the book Movement by Gray Cook, and he talked about, because it's kind of written for knuckleheads like me in the fitness industry. And it's like, okay, if your client has pain, don't work with them. Like, well, that's all my clients. Like, what are you talking about? Like, every adult over 20 or 30 has pain if you've done anything. Like, we've all screwed things up a little bit here and there. But yeah, so what was the other question? You said maybe talk a little about how people can learn more about this kind of thing?
Or just where they can go. Like, I know you're out of Chicago. Is there any...
Yeah, so I live in central Pennsylvania, but I see clients every Monday and Tuesday in Chicago. But, and honestly, I'm not anti new clients finding me, but I actually don't do anything to try to get new clients. It's all word of mouth, and I get pretty busy doing that. But more what I'm pushing is teaching this system to other movement professionals. So we do that in these 2-day workshops. So currently we have a level 1 and a level 2. Cool. So we teach people the neuro-response muscle testing, the square one framework, which is consistent in our level 1 and 2. In our level 1, we go over a vestibular reset, which is like inner ear function, so where your brain can quickly and accurately figure out where your head is in space. Super important aspect of balance. And then we also teach our visual reset. That's in our level 1. In our level 2, that's our proprioceptive reset, and that's all the joint actions. And that's what I'm going to show you first. That's the OG original version of Square One. Cool. It's the thing I'm probably most proud of, but all the versions all work because it's the same freaking framework. Our brain isn't picky. It doesn't care if we bring organization through our eyes, head position, or joint actions. But what's cool by having all three, I can cross-check all those things. So it keeps me from, talking on the side of my face here and like.
You were mentioning you wanted to show us a little some toe tricks.
Yeah. Right. So Mark, I want you to turn your head to the right. Okay. So when Mark's head's turned to the right, and I do this neuroresponse test on him, I want you to externally rotate, and I want you to stop me from pushing in here. There's just not a lot of fight right there, and I'll give him a second chance at it. Right? It's just not there. But when he turns his head to the left, I want you to stop me here, bud. Easy for him, and I'm actually going harder. Do it again, and you actually feel the pressure of my fingertips in your leg here when I go that way.
Yeah.
Turn your head to the right, and focus on how I'm barely touching you with my hand, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the toe trick I'm going to show you is now that I know when Mark turns his head to the right in real time, presently, right now, not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes in the future, but right now, when he turns his head to the right, his brain's like, yeah, give me more of that. I feel safe. I feel so safe that I'm going to give you like a big force production change right here. Right. So if I bend his toes down on his left foot here, and then we check this, stop me here, that correlates with that right head turn. The left head turn, interesting. We go here. Yeah. So we got this whole deal. We can turn things on and off, left and right, all day long with this. So it's not a head thing. It's not a toe thing. Yeah. So it's a systemic process. We're not head specialists. We're not toe specialists. We're not back specialists. It's the nervous system and how it relates to just posture and movement. All right. Anything else I should say before we turn this guy off here and go into some more specific Square One stuff on
just
you?
like what's your website and what's your Instagram?
Okay. Yeah, so it's our website is squareonesystem.com, and it's a numerical one. It's not an ONE. And the place where I'm most active is on Instagram, and it's the same thing. It's the @SquareOneSystem.
Cool.
We just used Square One to identify the most recent reason Mark had to compensate. His brain was perceiving right scapular elevation or shrug as a threat, so he neutralized the threat, and now we're just going back and checking our baseline. And we just go here and there. Yep, and he said it didn't feel as tight there. How's this internal rotation looking? Let's see here. Right. I mean, that's already
And
90 degrees.
There's
That's
there's
crazy.
no pain there.
What's crazy is
Like when he grabbed it at first, I wanted to like fight him.
Oh yeah, and you only go about 30% of the way down too. Yeah. And that was crazy. We actually intervened at your right shoulder. I didn't do anything. I just found it. You fixed it. Let's do our psoas test. And then we go up here and stop me as I go to push down hard on this one. Joe, give me that again. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd say it's like where it was after you did the belly breathing. A little bit better. Not great, but I'd say 5, 6 maybe. How about this side? Stop me on this one if you can. There we go. I'm gonna go even harder. Fight me hard. I'd call that, 6 again. How about on your belly? We'll go glute test.
Yep.
Because then after we get these tested, then we'll have you stand up and we'll do our 3 squats. So it's a apples to apples comparison between square one and just nasal breathing. How about knee up nice and high? Stop me here. Good, I'm gonna go even harder. I'm gonna do the body weight thing now here. Ready? And stop me here. Awesome. So back on line, left leg up and knee up in the air. Stop me here. Awesome. How about standing up? We'll check torso rotation, strength.
Did some sprints on the bike yesterday.
And
we were doing like some sandbag stuff.
Okay.
And my legs just went absolutely crazy. We got the craziest leg pump. The one
Really?
guy I was training with, would it take him 25, 30 minutes for his legs to calm down?
They're just like burning.
He just had to
nasty.
lay down on the ground, like my glutes. I had an ass pump going. I felt like my ass was this big.
How you feeling today? You doing okay?
Oh, I feel good, yeah.
Like
but
about 12 hours from now is when you're gonna feel the DOMS probably kicking in.
Yeah.
How about going here and stop me on this one now? Yep, I'm gonna go even harder. Ready? Here we go. Awesome. Yep. Nice big snap when I let go quick and fight here on this guy. Good, I'm gonna go with that one again. I'd say it's at least an 8 out of 10 now. All right, so then to be fair, let's do your 3 squats again.
Okay.
Because last time we did the 3 squats, after doing the nasal breath, that positive effect was all gone. How about we do our torso turns? Yep, I'll come to you. And we'll go this guy here. Awesome. Going left as far as you can, a little more. Yep, and stop me here. Awesome. How about on your belly? We'll check the glutes. All right, knee bent, lifting high, stopping here. Excellent. This guy. And nice and high. Right here. Even harder if you got it. It's a little bit of a give, but not bad. Awesome. And on your back, we'll make sure the internal rotation's there at the left shoulder. Straight leg, internal we'll check. Yeah, so we still got that. What about straight leg, internal, left versus right? That's still there. How so as strength going? Stop me on this one now. Hold that one up in the air. Oh yeah, do that again. That's actually better. Go hard. That's the best that one's actually been. Fight here. So, again, initially we found some wonky stuff, did the nasal breathing, most of it cleared up. I don't think the left psoas came on after doing the nasal breath, but everything else got better. 3 squats, we lost it all. Then we're like, all right, let's turn the camera off. We ran some square one. We cleared out one reason you had to compensate, just shrugging your shoulder. Got that back online, and now your 3 squats didn't throw it off. So the whole deal is just show people, like, if you give the brain what it actually needs, not what the practitioner says you need. Like, oh, your hammies are tight. I got a solution for hamstring tightness. Like, someone says that, I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, probably. I mean, or if you might be able to figure it out, but it's going to be gone in 5 minutes or 20 minutes. An hour later, that's going to get tightened again. But if you can actually interview the nervous system, find out what it's like kind of reeling from, what it's shying away from, and then show the brain like, oh, that's actually safe. You don't need to guard against it.
Yeah, a lot of times the pain that you have, you go to a practitioner and they dig an elbow into a hamstring. They could be on the right spot, and they could be doing something that's great for you, but a lot of times your actual hamstring isn't really the issue. Like, a lot of times it's stemming from somewhere else, and it's really hard to sometimes narrow down where the hell is this coming from.
Exactly.
Many people, probably the best examples are joints. When someone says their shoulder, their elbow, even their back, their hip, their knee. When someone tells you that their knee is messed up, and then you actually start to go through diagnosis of stuff. I'm not a practitioner, but I've been around long enough to diagnose and help people and talk with them. I go, oh, that's actually not your knee, it's your patella. It's like the muscle that's next to where the point to the discomfort is here. And then you start kind of working through here, and you're like, oh, it's like just scraping through there is really helpful.
Well, a lot of times in industry too, like, oh, that muscle's overfiring. Like, why is that a bad thing? like, what are you talking about? That means it's getting a good neural feed because the muscle either contracts or it doesn't. So everybody's like, the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Right.
Like, wait, why are you attacking the only guy who's doing the job? I think of the road crews in Pennsylvania, right? Like, to pick on these guys a little bit, but they're supposed to be doing whatever they're doing on the road. There's like 2 guys digging a ditch, and there's 8 guys in a truck drinking a coffee, right?
Right.
Like, wait, why are you getting pissed at the 2 guys who aren't getting the job done? How about the 8 guys that are sitting in their butts? Like, let's get those guys involved.
Right.
That's all we're trying to do is just turn it all on for you, you know? I'd go head to the right. I'm going to show you right now, good and left. So there's no preference. There's not an on-off switch there. How about head up or down, sort of squat pattern. Oh, head up and fight me. Good, head down and stop me. So right now there's no preference. So what we need to do is we need to kind of buck your system here a little bit. So just give me a couple jumps, see how you tolerate it. And this will let us know if your brain was happy with that. And it was, so let's amp it up. So close your eyes and do the same thing. So we're just, yeah, perfect. So the brain doesn't like that so much. So turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left. Preference, when he turns right, his nervous system's organized. Turn left, he's disorganized. Head up, and then head down. So right now, when you go up and right, your brain's like, yeah, I like this. We turn left or down, there's a problem. So let's do a right leg lunge again. It's been triggering them. We did it 2, this is I think our 3rd time. So it's still triggering them, so we gotta solve this. Head right or left, and then head right. Okay, wrist, elbow. Now his nervous system's okay with it. Let's go left leg, Mark. So left leg lunge. So we checked it earlier, it threw you off. Let's see. All right, so now we're gonna go after that as our trigger, get his nervous system happy with that. So this is the 2nd time we're checking it. So he's graduated. So let's go right leg lunge, eyes closed. I love doing eyes closed on some of these patterns because it really makes it tough for the nervous system. Right, so I think they estimate like 70 or 80% of a human movement is from input through our eyes.
Right.
So we close our eyes, like we're making you really have to use your vestibular system proprioception.
Yeah, it's a big deal if you do something one leg. If you do it closed, it makes it that much more difficult.
Absolutely. It's the 2nd time we're doing that. Actually, looked a little less balance challenge too. Left leg with the eyes closed on the lunge. And we'll check it. Triggered him, so now we got to find it. So we just keep going back to the challenge. Were the eyes closed or no?
Yeah, they were
okay,
closed.
Cool. And then go do this. Go eyes closed, go right leg lunge, left leg lunge. Just see if you can. I don't know. Just like a sequence here. And all we want to do is where his nervous system isn't bothered by these patterns. Beautiful. And we check it. See, to me, like, where's the lesson in that? Like what's your best bench press ever? Like double my deadlift, probably.
Yeah, 578.
Yeah, right. It's like really nice. But yet a push-up throws off the nervous system. So it doesn't mean the athlete's a wimp. It doesn't mean he can't do it. It just means you're making your brain work harder than it should have to perform these patterns. That's how I would look at it. Because some people get mad at me, like, what do you mean I'm weak? I'm like, I didn't say you're weak. I'm just saying your brain doesn't know what the heck to do with that information, right? So, cool. 2 of doing a single push-up. Again, we're not trying to make him stronger, better endurance, or change tissue thickness. We're just throwing patterns at your brain, and it's better. So let's do this. Let's close our eyes and pick one foot up off the ground. Just a little iteration. On the push-up.
Oh,
sorry.
on the push-up.
Yep.
So, 1 foot off the ground with my eyes closed?
Yep. Just throwing little challenges in there. And then we check you. Let's see how he goes. No biggie. Switch feet, eyes closed, push-up. Awesome. Great. So we're using Ben Patrick's ATG slant board, and we're just checking his subconscious perception of this foot space, really, this interaction with the ground. So let's see how this goes. Not a problem. How about face this way with your feet? So the left ankle is inverted, the righty is everted. Yeah, it's a bugger. That's a steep one. And then we'll just check you here. Nice. Toes uphill. We'll check dorsiflexion. Yeah. Even if you want to have your heels on the flat ground, it'll still create what we need.
Make it a little easier.
Yeah. And we'll go here. All right, and we're going to come back to that in a second because there's something here that's not happy. How about facing this way? So it's right inversion, left eversion. Right, so you're in good company. Almost everybody fails one. Yours happen to be dorsiflexion. So let's go 1 foot uphill and 1 foot flat on maybe you have like your left foot here or something.
Kind of like that?
Exactly. Let's see, is it righty or lefty? All right, let's go lefty. Shocker, it's the left foot, huh? All right, so your brain's unhappy with that position, more so than the other 3. So we're going to combine that with neck positions. So we're going to look at head up, down, right, left, leaning. Chances are, I don't want to give the answer to the quiz, you're probably going to pass 5 of these, you're probably going to fail 1. How about head down? Right, so just by going head down, your brain, that's how you find strength right now. Because if you have your head neutral with the foot in the same position, that's not happy.
Right.
Go head down and bam, head back. Right, so head up is an issue. How about head right or left? And then head left. Okay, so left and up. How about ear to shoulder? Check here. And left ear to left shoulder. Okay, so let's go head back mark and hop up and down a couple, 2 or 3 times on the left foot using information we gathered from the slant board. His brain doesn't like that.
What would you say to some people maybe watching what you do, because you're pushing down and all these things?
Sure.
And sometimes people think muscle testing is bullshit. Like,
sure,
you've seen the people in the mall with the bracelet.
Sure, selling the supplements, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
What are some of your general thoughts there?
Well, I think the style of muscle testing we use is absolutely ripe for people to turn it into a shit show. I mean, it's true. So you can make it do whatever you want to do. So there is a skill to it. There's an art to it. It's not just science. So the science would be hyper specific positions and all that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to me being able to deliver the same amount of force that's replicable. What's really nice with Square One, because of the framework, we can then check the outcomes immediately. So that's why I love checking.
Yeah, are you still in pain or not?
Yeah, or is your foot turning? So sometimes clients will come in like, oh, you're pushing harder, you're pushing lighter, and then I'll go back and check that range of motion. Like, if what we're doing is, if I'm a charlatan, why is your foot turning there? Right. You saw 5 other people, they couldn't get your foot to turn in, or you couldn't get the arm to turn in.
And I know Starrett, he faced a similar battle when he would do test, retest.
Sure.
And then someone's like, well, the retest only works because you just did this other thing to open up the capacity. And he's like, well, I'm not saying it's a permanent change all the time.
Yes.
But at least it's a change that you might, that might be really helpful for your training session, right? Now you get the hip to open up a little bit. You have squats due for the day. Right. And now your knee isn't collapsing on that side every time. So you're causing less negative damage. You're getting your body into better positions. And yes, okay, unfortunately, it was only for those 90 minutes.
Right.
But it's better than you.
But you still had the door, you had the window open, and you could use it.
In a shitty position the whole
Absolutely. Time. Yeah, so it's definitely, I get the criticism involved with it. But my thought too with neuroresponse testing compared to the old, I don't say the old school, but force production testing or brake testing that they use in orthopedic world. Well, the problem with that is you have to grade it between a 1 positive, a 2 negative, a 2 positive, a 3 negative. That's actually more ripe for inaccuracies or a lack of inter-tested reliability. Versus neuroresponse testing, it's either on or it's off.
I like how quickly we're able to go through stuff too. We're not waiting for test results, or we're not
Totally.
It's like you're testing left arm, right neck position, left neck.
Right. And we fly, and I kind of work like I talk, like too fast, poorly enunciated, But it's just how I work. Is I really care about, like, I want to get it where we can't make that pain come back. That's what I'm hoping for. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go. Oh yeah, we got left foot hopping, head turn left. It's okay to keep this one rolling for a little bit, Ryan. So it's left turn. Yep. And then we'll go with the hopping deal. And take a break. Yeah. So right now, what we gleaned from this is dorsiflexion, head back, head left is a problem. But now you're hopping up and down, you're heading these positions. I'm thinking if you're okay with it, like light running. So my thought is even jogging or leaping. So maybe it's where you land on your left foot. So it might be like head back and land hard. Like maybe 1 or 2 of those.
Okay. So head up and just like landing hard on
on the left foot. Yeah, a little bit of a leap. 1 or 2 of them. Head up. Yeah.
So you just kind of
get the coordination. Oh, you go down there,
and then just kind of leap and then land on the same leg, kind of like that.
Yeah, that works. Yep,
yeah.
That works. All right, so then how about head back and just leap a couple times on that left foot?
Okay. A little like AC/DC trot.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't hurt at all.
It doesn't even trigger you, which is, I mean, I do this on a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that didn't throw it off.
I mean, there's like, I'm pretty sensitive. I can usually feel.
Yeah, you know your body. I'm doing what you've done in the past.
I don't feel anything at the moment.
Like you're not like having a throttle back and
there's not like a little, there's nothing there. Like, I mean, I wonder if I can even make my heel hurt right now.
Yeah, like do a little palpation on it.
So let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I
And
can
let's check your
trigger-
brain.
I can trigger it there.
Let's check this. And even though this, fails, I don't think of that as a bad input. An input's just an input. It's your nervous system is what dictates good or bad. So I don't like, it's a good exercise, bad exercise. Like that's like 1960s or something. I don't know. Head turning right, head turning left. All right. And then I'll just touch the ankle. Is that our guy? So it's really about desensitizing your nervous system not to react to different inputs.
Just for like a little massage tip, I found it like for me just to kind of jam that middle finger into stuff really.
Oh yeah.
And I'm almost
Find
like
little hot
trying to squeeze my fingers together. Mm-hmm. It seems to work really well. There we go.
Go here. Yep, so there's our fail. So then we'll turn her off. We'll show you this then too. We can't discern between thermal stress, mental, emotional stress, too much load, bad positions. It just knows yes or no, or it knows threat or safety. So you don't have to tell us, if I said the word fear, whatever pops in your head, so you don't have to like reveal it and embarrass yourself or whatever, but I said fear, and then we check your nervous system right here. Right, so it's a chink in the armor, right? So then we can use that to pull out deeper and deeper layers and reasons we have to compensate. So again, I don't usually mess with mental, emotional stuff in session one because I'm not like a psychologist or something. But sometimes you get an athlete like, dude, I've had to swing the bat 100 different ways, or eye closed, and synaptic glasses. I'm running out of ideas. Like, hey man, like where do you have your self-doubt, or where you have no confidence, or what's the harshest thing someone said to you and really cut deep? So we actually get in there and like, look, I can't erase those memories, but we can get it where your neurology doesn't respond
Some
negatively.
of it's locked in there somewhere.
Exactly. So we're just trying, clear that stuff out.
I do a lot of myofascial release stuff, but in addition to that, I do some stuff with this thing, which is called the Toe Pro.
Huh, cool.
And I just bring it over here, this high-tech piece of foam.
Yeah.
But, this thing's nice because you do squish into it. You can see it's pretty squishy.
I like it.
And so you can even get like a little myofascial release from it.
It's called Toe Pro?
Yeah, it's not like hard enough to really dig into your feet, but you dig into it with your toes. You kind of like almost get like a short foot.
I love it.
And then you kind of drive into it.
Yeah, I like it. Because I use Airex pads with my clients.
So I do this sometimes this way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do it where I'm actually trying to like, I guess turn my foot
a little
like
internal rotation
a little bit more, or collapse inward. But I try to just. I have this like at my house, like in my kitchen, and I use it a lot, all the time, just like watching TV.
Perfect. Let's check it. It's not usually the volume that's throwing them. It's the pattern. And once you give the pattern cleared, they usually do pretty well. So an example of that would be, we get a guy who, whatever, say he can squat 415 or something for one. So like, all right, we'll just put 45 on each side, and it'll trigger him 3 times, 5 times, even though it's not even heavy for that guy.
Right.
And once that clears, it won't get him again until we get like 5 RM. You get around 85, 90, 95%, because then it's probably a slightly different pattern.
Right.
You have this great.
It changed a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're just cheating a little bit because you're just trying to go close to 100%. Sorry, we're gonna go down here. That's what's crazy too. The nervous system, man, it knows a degree is off. So even if you go 1 or 2 degrees higher, it's a different environment for your brain to deal with. Yeah, that's what it was. It was fighting for words, fighting for everything.
Kind of get on the edge or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just that kind of deal. Yep, exactly. Yeah, but I like what Weck talks about. I look at what he does. From my perspective, it seems like a great follow-up to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So when we first got you off the table, I'd asked you about your history, and most recently you've had a little bit of kinked up little left shoulder. I went for that one and failed.
Fair assessment.
Yep. And if that was solid, I probably would have done a torso test. I would just want some other non-pain producer.
Gotcha.
So again, it's not really a shoulder test; it's a brain test.
Gotcha.
Yep. And we're going through your left foot because not only is that where your symptoms are, that we're actually finding the source of compensation coming from your left knee and left ankle right now. Yeah, I love those, man. If you go turn your head left, do a good test here, right? So there's nothing there, but keep your head there. Now just don't effort any rotation, just think more neutral. That's how you would fake it. Right. But then it comes down to why would you want to fake it? Like we're trying to, not that you would.
Yeah, you're trying to gauge it.
Yeah, but if as long as the client is really engaged in a situation, it's night or day. And yours is, it's either like hang from your arm or there's nobody home. It's real obvious on you too. That's how I am. You do 3 things, it's only gonna be able to pick up the last thing you did. Yeah, exactly. That's what I tell people too all the time. Like, be blatantly obvious or honest, Because at first when I was developing, I was working on clients, like I was getting this great feedback right away. I'm like, guys, I'm not getting better by you guys lying to me. Like, it was getting better right away.
I have the advantage of having like these big mirrors, kind of nice, because really rare to actually see yourself. Like you can film and stuff, but it's different. It's different when you actually can see yourself.
100%. That is awesome.
That's
really good.
Sometimes I'll set them up kind of close to each other, but
oh man,
one thing I've been kind of practicing is like walking backwards and trying to have my heel be like out, but walking backwards for me right now is good rehab.
It actually feels nice too.
Toe, heel.
Check it. See that one? Nice. Does watching yourself help with balance, or does it kind of throw you off?
I don't know. It just helps for me to be able to see.
Because
like if I'm gonna like just totally walk normal, my knees are gonna be out.
Right.
Which I don't really think is a big problem, but
I think you, man.
I've been trying to work on just trying to have my knees be a little bit more like forward.
Yep. All
right, just because my stride is like short.
Yep. Let's check you. So what about like right now walking on the Bosu, like you're holding up. If you're okay with it, I'm thinking like jogging.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can try some like sprint takeoffs even.
Well, this will be perfect because there's not that much room in here. I can only go so fast.
Yeah,
anyway.
right. Good input too. And let's check it. Make sure the brain's okay. So I never trust my coach's eye. That's pretty good. What about...
That felt amazing.
That felt okay?
There's no pain, though.
Awesome. Now, here's a thought, too, into my window. Remember at first, there were a lot of shoulder, neck, T-spine. Now, the last 20, 30, 40 things is knee, ankle. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to at least get it where the last 10, 20 guys out of the water aren't there. Because at least in my mind, like, okay, it looks like we might have gotten past that part of the story. How about sprint takeoffs? So maybe left foot back. And I'm talking like just accelerate through 1 or 2 strides, like, and already slowing down.
Sure.
And as hard as you want to go.
Right.
So if you want to start off 50% as a warm up, that's cool. And I want to get to the point where like if you can go 100% and it doesn't throw your brain off, like that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because our nervous systems are so amazing. We're always going to take the easy route. We're always going to take the most efficient route. So my job is just make sure the efficient routes are even available to a person instead of training compensations. See, I'm thinking left foot back and whatever, 50 to 75% takeoff maybe. Okay. So then the only thing will change. That felt okay?
Yeah.
How about, make sure it's okay. And I'm thinking, because it's easy, sometimes when there's injury, we'll tend to like lean and then paw off the front. What if we are here and you pick that right foot off and then
pick the right foot up?
Yeah, so then you have to drive off the lefty. But again, I don't care if it's 50%, 75, whatever.
Pick the right foot up to
start. So that you're purely driving off your left foot.
Okay. So I don't know if I've ever done that before, but
go 50%. Yeah, exactly. That's it. So there's that half second where that's all left foot having to...
it's all the pressure on
it makes it hard to cheat. How was that, 50% or so, or what would you say?
Maybe like 60.
Yeah, so we want to go 70 or 80 if you feel warm enough.
Shot.
All right, if you feel warm enough, I'd go like 90. I mean, just hold back a smidge, but so it's boom, where you're really just clearly driving off left. Yeah, good.
I mean, that's like 80, 90%.
Awesome. So this would be perfect. Like I would do like a morning routine.
I do walk. Like I have some stones and some rocks over there.
Awesome.
And I walk on them. But like I said, my feet, just like they don't get used to it that well. But it helps that I'm a lot lighter now.
But right. When
I was heavier, holy shit.
Oh, it got been horrible. But see how that's throwing you off? Remember this tragus reset? Yeah, we can film this one. So we're using these rocks, kind of hitting up underneath those receptors in your foot. And obviously, a lot of people know that sucks to walk in there barefoot. We were different when we were kids. But we showed you this little tragus reset. So do a double squeeze of your tragus. So this it's actually this part here in the front. Sometimes you see the chicks will like...
It's this guy?
Yeah, that little flap in the front there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just do a double squeeze. And then you see your brain here. Let me see your arm test. And it's okay. So just walk around a little more. Right, so it's a non-specific reset. Let's check it here. Right? So it keeps throwing us off. So why not do this? Just keep doing this as you're walking. You know what I mean? This is like crap I do. My wife thought I was cute the first morning, and now like the neighbors are gonna think you're insane. Like, getting sunshine, barefoot,
and you're naked,
shirt off, half naked. Exactly.
Yeah, some of these rocks every once in a while you get when you're like, whoa.
Yep, and let's check here. Now, it might not feel better on the spot.
Yeah.
But now take like 5-10 steps and I'll check you without doing the tragus. I'm just see if you cleared it. Let's check it. Right? So now at least it's more of a training input as opposed to a repulsion.
Felt stronger.
Right? How about walking backwards? A couple, 2 or 3 steps, and it's just a different whole. Yeah, that's good. All right. So why not go ahead and do the tragus as you're walking backwards? Do, I don't know, 10, 20 steps, and then we'll check you. So it's getting your brain to not be reactionary to environment. So if the feet and your brain can be okay with the stones, well, then our cushy shoes and socks, it should be pretty easy.
Right.
Check you. I do a couple more without the tragus now, just see if you cleared it. So I'm always just trying to help clients that these little strategies they can use to like, you know, make the world safe around them. Nice.
I think it should be good like pre-training, just
heck
to like
just
to walk
excites
on
the nervous system, right?
Just get the nervous system jacked up.
Yeah, because like if I'm throwing a bunch of stuff at you and that arm's staying strong, that means you're like a nice excitatory state of like things can work. How about walk sideways? Because again, just different foot positions.
Yeah, the balance.
It sucks.
On the rocks is
using different parts of your foot. So again, I'm not gonna do anything. You do it. Do your little tragus deal and sidestepping. Go to the right, Keep going. Maybe like 5-6 steps. Yeah, you throw some nasal breathing. Let's check it. And then, how about just 1 or 2 more without the tragus? Because this is the test. Did it clear it? This would be like stuff for your audience. Like these are little morning things you can do. You can do
little tricks.
Yeah, you can do it with the squat. Like don't assume that the pattern is okay with your brain because if you don't have a skilled person testing you, you're kind of flying blind.
Have this in a cup of coffee and you're
100%, dude. How about sidestepping to your left now? We did forward, backwards. We went to the right, and let's just check it. It's probably because it's a different input. So your brain has a very specific thought on each one of those. So now do it with the tragus as you keep going. So whatever, 4, 5, 6. And you're a healthy guy, so a lot of these triggers we're selecting are only throwing you off 1 to 3 times. Like nothing we've done today got you like 20 times where we had a big hole.
Right.
So that's my thought with this stuff. You could do, how about a body weight squat as you're doing it?
Yep.
Like just, we could do, check it. 1 or 2 is probably, if it's going to throw you off, it's going to throw you off. Right, so now tragus it as you're doing your body weight squats. It's funny because in my little studio, I want to get like, I'd love to have a stream with rocks and sand for people to walk through for this kind of stuff like this. It'd be sick. Awesome. How about, did you ever try RDL, like a single leg RDL on the rocks? I mean, it's a tall order.
We have at our podcast studio, we have these like fake rocks.
Oh, cool.
Do you know the name of that? I always forget the name of jungle something or
like is it like a mat? Kind of like a...
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's like these foam...
It's almost like a rock climbing kind of thing, but you lay on the ground, you're walking for your feet, different undulations and different...
It's hard to describe, but it's basically a mold, and it has 3 different surfaces, 3 different strengths.
Okay.
The black one's like the hardest, and then there's the gray, and then there's the lighter
take a
one.
picture and send it to me, because that would be something I would totally into.
It's amazing. I use it every day on the podcast, but it's not like rocks though. It's
but just different surfaces for your foot to do it. Yep, big chest.
Supposed to mimic rocks, but
that was awesome. Maybe let's check it then. So I'm saying, hey, do a tragus reset as you're trying to perform that if you can. Oh yeah, dude, you're in barefoot on rocks. That's tough, dude. Let's check. Need to be a pain in the butt. But let's do it without the tragus. Like, let's test the left foot now. Do 1 or 2. It's my thought. If you're gonna do a single leg RDL on freaking pebbles here, think how desensitized the foot is now.
Yeah.
So when you're sprinting, it's like it's not having a baby and hide. Like, ooh, I'm gonna avoid that spot, so I'm gonna do these weird little corrections.
That makes a ton of sense.
Or doesn't it?
It actually is like, in some weird way, starting to kind of feel good.
Oh yeah, right. Good.
You know?
Let's go right foot. Try it. Do it without the tragus. Okay. I just do 1 rep. Yep. I mean, I usually start betting with my clients like $1,000 if that didn't trigger you, because it's just gone. It's just too weird and complicated. So do your tragus as you're doing righty. So I have my clients do this. I said, look, this isn't actually square one. Ooh, do it without the tragus. But it's like strategies I've learned from square one. Mm-hmm. So these are things I have my clients do of just little morning routine things you can throw at yourself.
They're a great movement. I'm going to actually incorporate this.
I love those.
Grab that fucking rock or whatever.
Oh, man, it's awesome.
You know?
And it's crazy if you haven't done them. Like even a set of 10 or 20 with just body weight.
Yeah.
Oh, it cooks your glutes, man. It's pretty awesome. So how about I don't know, just walk around, just see how you're doing. I mean, I'm not sorry to torture your feet like this. But
oh no, that's all right. Like I said, every once in a while you just get like an evil rock.
Yeah, totally. When you get one, stop. We'll check it, because you're probably handling most of it now.
Yo.
Yeah. Let's check it.
Yeah, I got some gnarly ones there.
So there's another example of pain's a terrible indicator of what your brain's doing. Because even though that sucked, your brain's like, I got it. Right. It didn't actually throw you off. Cool. I'm going to get off the rocks now.
Feels like I'm getting impaled. Yeah. The littler, pebbles, they're not really that big a deal.
It's the sharp.
Every once in a while, there's like a real sharp bastard.
Totally.
Do you train some people, or you mainly just...
I used to personal train people. I mostly bankers' wives, losing fat, that sort of thing. But it's become more people trying to get
the athlete stuff.
Yeah, and I see
pain.
some clients on a weekly basis, but they're usually they've had a bunch of surgeries and they do really well. So I kind of do like a hybrid between square one and working out. So if I get them where they
must be pretty profound if you're working working with people that have a lot of pain.
Dude, it was even just yesterday. I hardly ever have the camera rolling, so I started renting space off my buddy as a PT, and this kid came in with shoulder pain. So we had these little PVC pipes just to do push-ups. He's going down about a third of the way. It hurt. We cleared out one level, and all of a sudden he went way down. He picked up 80 degrees. And the PT's like, "You should have the camera." I know. I've only captured probably 5% of our successes because I'm just. I'll get the next one. We'll get the next one. So I'm a little bit lazy that way mentally.
Well, you love just doing it.
I like being in the trenches with people. It's fun just screwing with them.
There's a lot of lifting stuff that sometimes I'm like, oh, this would be so cool on camera. But sometimes it's for me though too.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Let's do. What do you want to do? Push pull.
Sure.
And you can change the faster and harder you push it. It's isokinetic, right?
You can change some of the resistance and stuff on it.
That's awesome. Let's just check that. Make sure that's okay. Nice. Can you actually if you go faster, does it give you more resistance or no?
So I can set it to that, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking,
I
was thinking maybe don't set it to that. Maybe try it with speed. Because I know when I've done with sled, the heavier we go, the less stressful it is. We go lighter, they can move faster, like speed kills kind of thing. So maybe set it where you can actually go a little faster and see what happens.
Set it to where I can go faster.
Yeah, where you can actually move faster.
So there's setting on the side here. See the setting?
Yep.
Right? It's there's neutral all the way up to 3.
Okay.
The plus, if I have it in neutral, it will give me whatever I push into it.
Right.
But I can move pretty fast.
Got it.
If I have it on 1, I can also move pretty fast.
Yeah.
So
we'll try both settings. Do you do both in your personal training on your own self?
Yeah, right now, let's see. We'll put it there.
Honestly, sled work is what I do with every one of my clients, whether athletic or not. Love it. I love it.
That's actually
what we're looking for.
That's actually straight neutral.
It's what?
That's just neutral. So
that's nothing. No resistance.
I'll put it there. But I'll leave that side that way. You can actually have one side one way and one side the other way, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I want to get a tank. These are sweet.
And they make that other one too, which is just kind of a little bit smaller version of this.
Yeah, 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
and
exactly.
So this slows you down a little bit, but it gives you more attention.
Yeah, love it. Let's check it. Yeah, so there's a trigger there for sure. Excellent. Let's check it. So good. Do same angle, eyes closed. Just rob you of sensory input. Yeah, we'll tell you when to stop before we hit a wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're good.
Try to abuse it.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're starting getting into the unethical side of the story.
Stuff we shouldn't be doing, probably.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's awesome. You okay in time?
Yeah.
Because my thought is like literally jumping off stuff. Like if you have like plyo boxes, things like that.
Yeah, I have some boxes. And
jumping
stuff.
up and jumping down, I suppose. You use this for like lymphatic drainage type stuff?
Yeah, I just kind of hop on here.
Yeah.
I do like 2-3 minutes of this almost every workout.
Smart.
And I try to kind of move my toes around.
Yeah.
As I'm doing it.
Awesome. Yeah. Love it. Let's check it. Oh, nice. Whoa, awesome.
Give it another go.
What about head up in the air as you land?
Sure.
So 2-foot landing, just looking at the ceiling. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, like.
No, it just feels weird.
Oh, it's weird is right. Yeah, good. Ranges where we're strongest mechanically. So it's like that's where the muscle will feed in right at a 90-degree angle, where the highest percentage of its effort will translate to stabilizing or creating movement. So mechanically, mid-range is strong. Neurologically, a stretched muscle is strong. So think like bottom of the bench press. Like your pecs are on high alert, Golgi tendon apparatus. Like don't go any further.
Yeah.
So mid-range mechanically strong. Long range neurologically strong. So short range is where we're weakest neurologically and mechanically. So every morning, like why not take your joints into extreme shortened positions? No assistance, man. Just checking in with the nervous system with it. There we go again.
Yep.
Head left. Yeah, I'm a huge like extreme isometric type person. Love. Nice. Head turn left, beautiful. Said it's getting harder and harder to screw with you, know what I mean? Nice. That's pretty good.
It's weird how it's like almost like it feels almost harder to brace.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Well, single leg is all the instability.
Yeah, just because I can't see too.
Yep.
I can't see what I'm landing on.
Yeah, we could actually do that too. We could go eyes closed, head back. I'm actually happy with that. Because honestly, that represents more forces than when you're sprinting even. I mean,
I would say that, for me, I haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
It's not like I was doing that before.
Right. It wasn't playing basketball.
And then you got me back to doing it.
Right.
I haven't really been messing with that much. I have been doing some like a little bit before I got injured, I was working on a little bit of jumping. I would jump up onto stuff and I'd jump down from stuff.
I think jumping down is amazing because you think about it, we're stronger eccentrically than we are concentrically. Right. And I always say, like, God wouldn't give you legs that were going to crumble at 36 inches.
Right.
A vertical jump if you can land from a higher angle.
Yeah. If you can jump. Yeah.
So like, we've had kids like in like high school, like put on 6 inches, 8 inches on vertical, literally just having them landing well off of higher and higher objects. We actually had a student. He's down in around Dallas, and he works with a lot of NFL guys and stuff, a lot of football, hockey guys too, I think. But this one player, I think it was a D1 football player, and I don't know if he had an ankle or a knee injury, he was afraid to jump off, I think it was 12 or 16 inches above that bench height at the beginning of the session. And they're running square one on him, just like we were with you, and just keep going higher. At the end of one session, dude was jumping off 40-inch boxes. I can't speak. 48-inch boxes by the end of one session. And the fear was gone, because at first he was just like, he almost couldn't talk himself into doing it, that fear. What about any other therapy type stuff you're doing that you want to keep doing? Yeah, tempering.
Just some tempering, yeah.
Do Donnie stuff.
Let me move this out of the way. Maybe start with the 33 and see what that is.
This one?
Yeah, it's the blue one.
It's actually a good grip strength developer too, probably. Huh?
Yeah.
So
usually I have my
on the calf or hammy?
Kind of on the calves. Like, and you can have it lower, like that way it won't roll. You can just kind of leave.
Right where the.
Yeah, you can kind of leave it.
Something like that.
Yep.
And then you tell me when I can stick my finger into your heel.
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah, you can go for it. Yep.
Like somewhere in here.
Perfect.
Harder, softer, you tell me, man.
Yeah, you can go in more. Yeah, it feels perfect.
A little tender?
Yep.
All right. We'll check you. You can actually kneel there. I can test you from a kneel position. I'll move around. Dang, that's awesome. Like, to me...
Pretty good input.
Yeah, like the fact you're jumping off of that in different head positions, doing the sled, doing that. I mean, we could go more, but it's almost like, from doing this on a lot of people, like you just passed like 8 or 10 in a row that didn't even throw you off. And we can mess with mental stuff. I can show you some other stuff you can do on your own too. So
I think some of what you showed me so far is really cool because like I don't think there's any harm in me poking around and testing.
Right. Totally. It's your body. Like, you know your body. Like, my thought, though, is like one easy, quick takeaway is this little tragus reset. Yeah. And long story short it's about 4 years ago because I already had all the joint actions mapped out for locomotion and getting upright. And the common question I kept getting from people was like, are you resetting the vagus nerve? And I kept saying, I don't know. But after saying I don't know to about 20 people, like, I probably should look into this because other people are seeing something in my system that's telling them the vagus nerve. So I found some videos on this one lady. I think she was a some kind of psychologist, a neuropsychologist, I think her title was. And she was talking about auricular therapy. And I know Poliquin was big in that. Lots of different people were into it. And she was just talking about the trigeminal nerve, which branches into an ophthalmic region, a mandibular, and a maxillary branch, and how fake it till you make it. There's something to it. So when we smile, it actually has this promotes excitation, like a good state for the nervous system, versus a frown. So I was messing with it, but then she was also talking about parts of the ear and how this tragus ties into the vagus nerve. So then I just started playing with, like I was having you out there in the rocks. So at first I was just stimulating, having people rub it for like 5 or 10 seconds. Like, hey, this is like a reset. And I'm checking against all my joint actions, all my head positions, all the stuff we're playing with. And it was working. So then it became like the old game show from the 70s, Name That Tune. Like, hey, give me 5 squeezes. And it was working. 4, 3, 2, and we get down to 1. And a one little squeeze usually isn't enough of a stimulation to reset the vagus nerve. But everybody we've ever done it on, a double squeeze is a reset. So on your own, you say work out tonight or tomorrow or whatever, and you do a set of chin-ups. As soon as you're done, like, why would you not just hit it?
Right.
Like, how do you over-medicate it?
Right.
Like, where's the harm? There's zero harm.
Right.
And so it takes a half second.
Right.
So that would be my big takeaway.
Well, how many times do you go to do an exercise and you feel a little something somewhere, right? You're like, oh, that doesn't feel great. So
and we have a lot of stories. People come back right there on the spot. They feel that it gets better. But I tell people, like, hey, just build it into your routine. Over the long haul, you're gonna win the freaking war by doing it. You might not win every little battle. Like, it might not be like this, oh my gosh, all my back pain went away because I did this one time. Like, well, that might happen for like 1% of people, but most people are gonna draw all this crap out by challenging the system. So,
well, thank you for all the help today. I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, man, it was awesome meeting you guys. Thanks for having me come out, and I hope this. I mean, I'll check in with you next day or two.
It felt really resilient today.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. If it goes well, then like you were talking earlier, like, okay, then think about gradually ramping things up. Like,
I might go for like a light jog today and just see how it feels.
Would. Yeah. I mean, I think right after square one, that's the best time to work out, because I feel like we're putting these pieces in. Yeah. And then whether you squat, walk, sprint, play hoops, whatever you do, then it has to get integrated. So I think exercise right afterwards is perfect for it.
Why not try it out? Test it out. But thank you. Again, what do you think are some of the main, take homes for some of the people that were watching? I know we had to be a little private with a couple things that we were filming. But
well, I think the big message is, because like some criticisms we get is, oh, you think the body is weak and feeble. Like, no, we're all better than we think we are, and we're all a little worse than we think we are. Like, we all had a history, but it doesn't mean we're like broken. It just means we have little glitches we have to work around. And so the whole deal is, just because we're finding things wrong with your neurology, like, I'm not sweating it, because everybody's got a little something. So
and
the
we're
message,
tapping in and finding the stuff that's just giving healing.
So we're putting more horsepower underneath the hood. Like, you're doing fine, but if we can find some stuff that you haven't been integrating in, that's gonna be a good piece. I think the big message, like a takeaway that people can use, is that little tragus piece, because you can find some of that stuff online. It's just stuff I've messed with.
It's literally just squeezing right here, right?
That little right there in that anterior medial part of the ear. Sometimes you see girls get it pierced. It's a double squeeze is a reset.
And you don't have to squeeze it very hard or anything.
No, so we did it. It's not like noxious input, just a little rub. But why not do it 10 times a day, 20 times a day? Because whether you work out or you swing a golf club or you sit too long in the car, whatever it is you're doing, it's just one way to kind of undo some of this modern entity that we're all living in with, like, it's not super conducive to health and wellness. So it's just a little way to counteract some of that stuff. That would be the big takeaway. That's something they can actually use.
Cool. What's your Instagram handle? Where can people find you if they want to contact you personally?
It's at Square One System, and the one is numerical, so at Square One System. Same as our website, so it's squareonesystem.com. That's the best way to reach us.
Great. Strength is never weakness. Weakness never strength. Catch you guys later.